Facebook ads is a great way to grow your business, especially if it's local. Although many people will go to Google Ads for their advertisements and newspapers and still using the older style of mailers, which can still be very helpful and popular, Facebook ads is an untouched plethora of clientele waiting to hear from you and engage. So here we're going to start by creating our Facebook ad campaign, figuring out what is the best type for your business, and creating and launching the ads. In order to begin, there's a few things you'll need. You'll need to first have a Facebook business page. If you've got that set up, you'll also need an Ads Manager account. If you haven't yet set up your Ads Manager account, you're going to want to do that before we start. And also, I'd grab a paper and a pen because you're going to want to take some notes. All right. Now here we're in my Ads Manager for one of my local businesses. And I'm going to create a campaign right now to show you exactly how I create it for a local business. This is different than some of the videos you'll see for online business, so please pay attention and do what works for you. All right, so I'm going to start here with the campaign name, and I'm going to just put contractors dash plumbers. I'm not doing this for a special ad category, and buying type, auction, campaign objective, I'm always going to go for conversion or video views typically. And so for this one, I'm going to go conversion. So, and the A/B test we can save for later. For now, we're just going to start with the beginner steps. Create new ad set, enter the ad name. For now, I'm just going to save this to draft. I've saved it to draft. I just like working off of the main page here. So I'm going to select here the contractors, and then I'm going to head to ad sets. There's an untitled ad set there. So here I'm going to name it plumbing, and I'm going to say Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't save that. Okay, so I'm going to name it Atlanta, Georgia, save to draft. Okay, now that I've got that, I want to go in and edit my ad group settings. So here's where I choose what my conversion is going to be. Is my conversion when I land on a website? Is my conversion when I call? Is my conversion a messenger message, or is it notification on WhatsApp? So here I'm going to say that my conversion event is going to a certain website. And what I'm going to do here, assuming my pixel is set up, I'm going to choose the website that I want to go to. Now, since we're working off of my actual website, I don't have a page for plumbing and contracting, so I'm just going to choose one of the websites that I have here set in place, and that's view content. So then I'm going to go down to my daily budget. My daily budget, I don't want to be any more than $5. I usually don't want it to be less than $5 because when it is, my ad gets put in like Facebook jail of constantly in the learning phase. It never gets out of the learning phase unless it can reach enough people so that Facebook can figure out how to deliver your ads to the right person. So I'm going to start that at $5. You can do it at $2, you can do it at $3, especially if you're running a lot of different campaigns or a lot of different ad sets, but I'm just going to stick with $5 for now. Okay. Okay, and here you can select an end date, which I've selected for 3 days from now. And I do that so that I can look at it in 3 days and decide which one's working best in bringing me the most leads and revise it after that. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to my favorite part of Facebook ads, and that is audience targeting. Facebook audiences are so important because you can target your dream customer. Let's say you only have $100 to spend on your ads and you need to get as many sales as you can. That's the whole point, right? So if you are showing your ads to people who are clicking on them but aren't really going to be buyers, you're just throwing your money to the wind. You want everybody who clicks on that ad to really be a potential buyer. And the best way to do that is by audience targeting. So how do we do this? First thing, we have to figure out who is our buyer. So say I'm Home Depot or some large hardware store. Well, I have a lot of products to sell. So say I'm selling a drill. All right, I have this drill. It's $300 and it is the best drill you can get. If you're a contractor, this is the one you want. It's not going to fail out on you. It comes with a lifetime warranty. You could drop this thing off a 20-foot roof and guess what? It's coming back and working just fine. And guess what? It has a GPS location service in it. So if you leave it behind on a job site, you'll know exactly where it's at. And then you have a drill that is a $39 drill. It comes with 6 most popular bits for putting things together around the house. Now you have to decide which drill you're selling and which audience is your buyer. Because a college kid or a college grad who's like 23 and female and getting her first apartment probably isn't interested in that $300 drill. But she's definitely a buyer for that $40 drill. And a contractor, he's not even looking at that $30 drill. He's interested in the $300 drill. So you want to make sure that you are targeting the right people. So make sure your ages, make sure your gender, everything lines up with your product, okay? Now, if your business already has a Facebook presence, the number one audience that you want to do is a custom audience for a Facebook fans lookalike. If you don't have a Facebook following, then what you're going to want to do is go down to your locations. Okay, it gives you some options here. Recently in this location, traveling in this location, that's great if you're a restaurant or something that relies on tourism, but as contractors, we're not. So I'm going to put people living in this location. I'm going to search the locations and I'm going to say Atlanta, Georgia, the city. And then here on my radius targeting, depending on the type of business you have, you may want to keep this really narrow. Now, with what I do is I really only stay within a 10 to 15 mile radius. And the reason why is because I want people who are like hot inside my market and really looking to go with me, the local guy, right? So you can expand that further if you want, especially if you have more than one location or you have a really wide service area. But listen, every ad that you're putting out there, you're paying for everybody who clicks on it. So choose your ideal buyer in advance, okay? Narrow it down and you can expand it later. First, I want to find out who my best buyers are. So I'm only going 10 miles. And then I'm going to say people between the ages of 24 and 55. I'm going to go broad with this. Now, to be honest, I would usually set this up on a couple different campaigns. I would do 24 to 35 in one campaign and 45 to 54 in another. But I'm just, for this sake, I'm just going to put it on here. And I'm going to put all genders. Languages, that's up to you. I would put English for sure. And then if you have people who speak different languages in your area and on your staff, then that would be wonderful also. Here's where we get into the added demographics, interests, or behaviors. This is my favorite part. This is where you get really good on who your audience is. So let's think about this. I'm a contractor and I am looking to grow my business on Facebook ads. Who is looking for me? I'm going to think about who my audiences are, and this is a good time to get a pen and paper and really do some brainstorming. If you're a contractor of any type, my first and foremost group that I would be searching for is new homeowners and homeowners that are looking to sell. Why? Because over 40% of new homeowners have home repairs within the first 6 months, and they're new to the area, so they're likely looking on Google for you. Also, people who are selling their home will need to fix things up, right, before they sell. So the first thing I'm going to do, detailed targeting and interests. I'm going to look for homeowners. Let's see, homeownership in the United States or homeowner interest. Let's see, there's 80,000 here. It's only going to show them in my area anyway. I'm going to go to homeowner. Now, if you are going to do several campaigns, which I would suggest, you're going to have homeowner in one. You're going to save this, and you're going to create the ad and move on. But I'm just going to show you some different ideas that you can do in the meanwhile. So you have homeowners. What else do you have? People who like Zillow, because they're looking for a home. So they're probably buying and also selling. So Zillow. We could go with realtor.com. So let's try that, realtor.com. Look at that, 14 million people. Look at these interests that you're targeting. You're such a rock star. Okay, so what else do we have? Okay, so there are a large group of people who are looking for contractors, right? 40% of them are going to be doing repairs within the first 6 months of buying or upgrades. So that would be my number one audience to go for first and to put my trial out there on. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove some of these audiences because I don't want to narrow down my search too much. I'm going to create another campaign just using this as my additional interest. But for now, I'm going to back these out and then scroll down and continue. Okay, automatic placements or manual placements? I always choose manual placements because I want to decide where I want to spend. Okay, if your audience is older males and homeowners, are you going to want to be on Instagram? There are people looking for Instagram, plumbers on Instagram. No, they're not. So take that off. Messenger. Audience network, you can, especially in the contracting industry, because you will be seen on a lot of different sites, but I'm not going to do that today. What I would do is later, when I really figure out exactly who my dream audience is and who I'm the dream person for, then I would go to consider audience network. But for now, I'm sticking only with Facebook. I'm going to be in the Facebook newsfeed. I don't want to be in the marketplace. I do want to be in the video feed. I don't want to be on the right column. I do want to be in Facebook stories. You always, no matter what business you're going to be in, you want to be in Facebook stories. It's the number one way that people are looking through Facebook now. Most people aren't looking on their feed, but they are watching stories, and you will show up between their friend's story and the next story they're going to watch. So I would definitely go for that. Okay, what else here? In article, I'm not going to do that. And you can choose whatever you want, but I'm really just going for the best bang for my buck. And then I'll add on all that other stuff later. So if I decide to. All right, all mobile devices. And then don't show ads in partner live streams. Absolutely. Because I'm not throwing you extra money, Facebook. No thanks. And optimization for ad delivery conversions, yes. Here's your conversion window. A lot of people get tripped up when they come to this conversion window. What do I do? 7-day click, 1-day view, 1-day click, 7-day click. It's pretty confusing. What I do is, what that means is that after someone clicks on your ad, when do you want them to be able to view it again? So do you want it to be only if they've clicked within a day, if they've clicked within 7 days, maybe they clicked in a day or viewed in a day, but they didn't click. So it can be a little tricky, to be honest. I think 7 days click, 1 day view while you are testing your campaign is fine. But after that, I really only want to go to 1 day click, especially if you are doing something where the person needs you right now, like in contracting. So you can decide to do whatever you want and run a couple that are different. Run the same exact campaign, just duplicate it and try one with 7-day click, 1-day view, and try the other one with 1-day click. See what works for you. Never go by what anybody tells you, even me. It's what your audience wants, and that changes a lot. And the algorithms change a lot. So you really always have to test, but I just wanted to give you an overview on what that means, that conversion window. Cost control, I don't really bother with that because I always keep a very reasonable budget. When you get charged, they're pretty much going to decide that. Delivery type accelerated. Okay, let me tell you when this is good. Not now. It's not good to do now. When you're doing a product launch and you're like, okay, I have to know which ad is going to work for this product because I got 3 days left to get this thing up here. You want to do an accelerated rush where basically Facebook shows it to as many people as it can so that you can know very quickly all of your data that you'll need to know. It will cost more and it will blow through your budget very quickly. So I almost never do this. When I do it is like right before Black Friday, something like that. Let me see, run this test real quick. So I'm not doing that today. So you can see here that my reach is 391 to 1,000 people. My conversion's less than 10. I'm never worried about that because it always reaches who I want it to reach. We're done with this part, which is the ad set. And now I'm going to go to the actual ad. All right, so ad, I'm going to put here woman struggling. And the reason why is because I have an ad with a photo like that, which you'll see in a moment. Okay. All right, so here you want to select your Facebook page associated with this ad. So I have a few on here, so I'm just going to choose this one because that's what I set my conversions to land at. Add Instagram placement. You always want to add your Instagram placement for ads if you're running them to Instagram. In this case, we are not. Ad setup, create ad, single image or video, carousel, or a collection. I'm going to tell you hands down from what I've seen from running hundreds of campaigns and ad sets and ads, videos are usually going to be your lowest cost and your highest engagement rate. Something about video, especially because Facebook and Instagram is a very visual platform, it's more engaging. It's just going to bring you more business. If you can't do the video, I suggest doing a carousel of images. Also, very good click-through rate. If all you can start with is an image, don't worry about it. That's fine. Just get it up there. Done is better than perfect. But if you can make a video, I would definitely do that. Okay, so then we're going to scroll down to add media. In this case, I am just going to do an image. Okay, so I've gathered some images that I want to put onto my ad. This ad is perfect if you're targeting females. This here could be for male or female. This is just a gender neutral ad and it shows a handyman. Okay, this is someone going through a problem, so they need immediate service. This is just showing a handyman, plumber. This is a guy in an emergency state. Okay, so you need to think about this before you choose your image. They're all great images, but are you doing a lead magnet? Are you just trying to generate leads so that you can nurture them over the next 6 months or a year, which I highly suggest with a local business, so that you can be there to serve them when they are looking? Or are you looking to promote a special service you have? So if you're doing a lead generation campaign, you really want to have an ad more like this one here. And if you're doing oh, I have a problem and I need a plumber now campaign, you really want to do an ad more like this or this. It really shows me where I'm at right now. So I need to have this image resonate with me as the potential buyer. Homeowner, and I'm looking at this, I'm going, oh my gosh, yes, that was me this week, and I still have the bucket under my sink. I'm going to go ahead and upload the ad. Basically, the whole underlying idea is that you want to have an emotional connection between who's looking for the ad and what the ad is showing. Okay, so we're going to choose this lady who is just struggling. Okay, and so now we have 2 placements that are using that image. Looks good in mobile. Let's see how it looks in desktop. It looks good. Okay, Facebook stories. text there. Showing it there too. Okay, looks good. Okay, now here's going to be primary text, and this is what my ad is about. And I'm not going to write the whole description here, but here's where basically a call out, right? Like, link to fix that leaky pipe, and then your headline would be, you fix leaky pipes, right? What's the problem? Here's the solution. Okay, and just to show you where the text lands, your primary text here is going to go here. Are you struggling to fix that leaky pipe? Terrible. Are you struggling? Are you struggling? Okay. We fix leaky pipes right here. That's your headline. And then your description will be, this is my super engaging description. I'm just going to leave it like that. And that's what's going to always be above the image. And then you'll put your website in here with your destination URL. That's the URL you need. And then you have here, call to action. So this is going to depend on you and what you're doing. You're looking for a donate now, a download, sign up, learn more, apply now, book now, contact us. What I've learned goes best from my local business is learn more, because I think it's not, right? So people just say, oh, well, yes, I want to learn more. Of course I want to learn more. Call now? Not so much. You know? So I really like the learn more. The other one that I would, if you're doing a lead magnet, download now would be great, of course. Okay, so you have your Facebook pixel set up, and then basically you're just going to press publish and you are good to go. So I hope that you've gotten all your answers that you need about the Facebook ads and how to do it for contractors. If you have any other questions, just leave a comment below and I'll answer as best I can. Thank you.